Hi listeners, this is Dan from the God is Geek podcast, and I'm here to tell you about our Patreon campaign. How would you feel about an extra 30 minutes of me and the lads each and every week? Sounds good? Well, for just £3.30 a month, that could be all yours. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/GodIsAGeek and pledge £3.30 a month, and you'll get exclusive access to a bumper edition of the podcast each and every week. Now, I'll let you sit back and enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to the God is Geek podcast. I'm your host Dan Nails Naylor, and joining me this week as always is the other Dan, Mr. Dan Murphy. Hi Dan.
Hell, I've started noticing you've been giving these nicknames in inverted commas in your readouts, haven't you?
I have. That's yeah. I mean, I'm glad you can hear the inverted commas. But
yeah, you can they just hang in the air like a bad smell.
But Dan, obviously we're not alone this week. We've got a very special guest.
We never are.
Do we have a nickname for him?
Cunt.
All right. So also on the podcast this week is Adam Cunt Cook. Oh, that sounds nasty.
That's what everyone usually calls me, you see.
I don't think they do. You're lovely.
So, Adam the Cook. And I thought that would have been quite nice.
I mean, Cookie Monster is the one I had at school, but I fucking hated that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Can you do a Cookie Monster impression?
No, not really.
Dan, can you?
Cookie. No,
fair enough.
That's pretty good.
I actually don't know what the Cookie Monster sounds like, so...
Is that a little bit like that?
That's pretty good. I mean, I have a nickname nowadays, but perhaps we'll save that for later.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is this a saucy one, or is it...
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, Colin and I don't have bedfellow names for one another yet.
Yeah, yet. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Dear. Yeah.
I mean, I'm only here because he isn't, let's be honest. He's at wrestling like a real man.
He is. Him and Mike.
Have you seen him?
NXT.
You've seen him, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, don't they look cute?
Yeah, kiss cam.
Oh, aye.
Oh, is there a photo of them together?
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen this yet.
They're looking like young lovers at NXT. Look at
I mean, I'd even go so far as to say you should probably look it up now.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe
let's get
this out of the way.
Let's get this out of the way now. Does anybody think Stubbsy like that?
Does he what?
Right, because Stubbsy changed his Twitter profile picture yesterday.
From the one he's had since he was
before he started writing for the site.
That was a culture shock and half. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he had hair.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I thought he was about 15. Not looking like he's 20 odd. Man, that just hit me for six. I did not expect it at all. He looks like a suave young fellow on his Twitter picture. Now,
I'd fuck him.
Oh,
if I were that way inclined, obviously.
Yeah. I wouldn't turn it down if I was, as you say, that inclined. But I
I
wasn't going to take it that direction.
Well, he means sex. He doesn't mean.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely what I meant.
Okay.
I think. This took a dark.
Is this still a games podcast?
Oh, no. Do you listen to this?
I do. Yeah, every week actually. I enjoy it terrifically.
Yeah. And idiosyncrasies, Adam. They can get games. They know they're going to get games, but they like this character building as well.
Yeah.
You know they do.
I mean, if you want real character building, you should listen to the other podcast you do, because the last 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, you've dropped some very interesting comments that I'm not even he says I won't repeat here.
Which one are we discussing?
No, I'm not even going to say it.
I want to know.
No, please. Are we on about the?
I mean, there was the one where you referred to the guy in Game of Thrones as King Wheelchair, which I particularly enjoyed. And there was one this week, which again I actually can't say.
Oh, I call somebody out. Did I call? Yeah. 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 I'm not very political correct, despite my political leanings. It's quite interesting. King Wheelchair. That's because I was comparing Watford's managers, Watford Football Club's manager, Quiche Sanchez Flores, to King Doran Martell from Game of Thrones, and my days, they look exactly the same. It's amazing.
And obviously, you are highly disabled, and
I couldn't think of his name, and he's a king, and he sits in a wheelchair, and
King
Wheelchair was born.
Speaking of political incorrectness, have you guys seen that Kojima has started a new studio?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
Yeah, it's been all over the internet today.
Can we start right at the very beginning of this, Dan? Because I don't want to 4 minutes in start ranting, but there is something I want to talk about here. If you will.
Yeah,
allow.
no, go for it. Shoot.
Right from the very beginning. Okay, now I want you. I very much consider myself not. I mean, if I was to be honest, last generation, I think I started off more playing 360, and towards the end, like most people, kind of was more PS3. But to be honest with you, I kind of don't give a fuck about the console. I just want good games. I've always said that having a good console is great, having them work great, it's cool, but I kind of just want good games. I'm about the games. Now, if you'll cast your minds back a little bit to when was it E3 when they announced Rise of the Tomb Raider's exclusivity? Sorry, timed exclusivity.
Was it not the year before last though?
No.
Yeah, at E3.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and there was uproar, like the proper uproar. Okay.
Yeah, it was amusing.
Sorry, go on, Dan.
I would say it was amusing.
Oh, it was highly amusing. It's always amusing to watch sad fucks moan about things that just don't matter, which is kind of what I'm going to do now. And then this morning, as we record, I mean, yesterday there was rumours and the mistranslations and all sorts. But today it comes out like Sony literally sent us a press release that said, his new game, which the name of his studio.
What is it? I've not heard.
Kojima Productions. So the new Kojima
even
Productions
allowed?
studio is Kojima Productions.
Yeah.
Is he even allowed to call it that?
Well, I guess you can't. It's his name, but anyway, no. It was. Sorry, this really tickles me. That like no. We'll get to this. Yeah, and his game is going to be console exclusive to PlayStation. And people seem to be like in a real hurry to tug one out over that, and I don't understand that at all. Because as someone who loves games, I want the best games to be available on as many platforms as possible. So I don't get how it's okay, and how in fact it's been celebrated. Dan,
playing devil's advocate. I mean, to be honest, I haven't seen it celebrated that it's one console myself. Okay. I haven't seen that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I
was going to say perhaps what I mean is it's not being given the same treatment.
Yeah,
as
well,
Tomb
you
Raider
see, I
was.
think
Like
that's very
the
simple to
arsiness.
explain.
Yep.
The PS4's probably sold about twice as much as the Xbox One. I don't think those numbers are far off. They reckon PlayStation's over 30 million. Microsoft haven't announced shipped 20 million as far as I'm aware.
They've been pretty cagey, full stop, on how much they've actually sold.
Well, they've never said how many they've actually sold. That's the thing, and I think
they did last month, but it was only that month when there was all the Black Friday stuff. They were kind of like we sold loads.
With Tomb Raider, a lot of reason the PlayStation fans were like in uprise because Tomb Raider had its like roots on PlayStation and stuff, and that's why I know they all felt like they were getting betrayed. Yeah, I know, but that's why they felt they were getting betrayed.
I think my argument was with more people on PS4, there's more voices to be dissenting and pissed off that they can't play this game.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other thing is, it's almost like it's almost like if it's a sequel to a multi-platform title. I think that maybe also was a bit of a thing. Imagine if they announced that the next Call of Duty was going to be PlayStation exclusive. I think people would be pissed off about that because it was something they could enjoy on multi-platform, and it went exclusive. Where he's just making a game that for this console.
This might not happen if Sony doesn't come in. It was like with Nintendo with Bayonetta 2, that wouldn't have happened without them.
I don't think Hideo Kojima. You can.
I'm pretty sure somebody would have come in, but
Well, he could have gone to Kickstarter, mate.
Of course.
That's the thing, right?
But, with the amount of money he takes to make games like Metal Gear,
But see, that's. I mean, there's I've got a million bullet point list of things I want to talk about here. But one thing I want to ask you guys, because I think I'm quite up on games. I think it's kind of I have to be. But yeah, so when this was all breaking this morning, people started retweeting a Major Nelson tweet from 2013, right? Yeah. And I don't understand the context or reason behind that. If either of you, it was basically like he's tweeting something like. And Hideo Kojima's coming out on stage to announce Metal Gear Solid 5 exclusivity. I'm guessing it was some sort of wish list, but I don't get why that's being retweeted in a cunty manner, unless it's just that typical cynical, jaded fuckwit games journalist trying to act all hip and cool.
You say journalists and gamers. Anyone does that. Anyone puts out a daft tweet.
But it was 2013.
But people go back and find that sort of crap.
But we've all said utterly stupid bollocks.
No,
stuff.
I know,
I'm
but
sorry I'm
we're
swearing
not
so
in a
much.
position like Major Nelson is. That's the thing. And you see,
He's a human being.
see
He
like
can make mistakes.
it happens to politicians on their accounts, and there's loads of others where people kind of say something that they've said a few years ago, and then it gets brought back up a couple of years later when that thing's been
with
proven wrong, but
politicians,
they've changed
Dan,
the thing.
But with politicians, Dan, the
Go on.
thing is there's very clearly an agenda because you will literally have an agenda. Like if you are from the opposing party, then your agenda is literally their shit. We're good. Here, I thought we're not supposed to have an agenda. I thought we're just supposed to be about the games, yeah. Not us. I mean,
Yeah, but
generally as an
again,
industry,
I haven't
right?
seen any games journalists. See, I'm very
have.
select with who I follow on Twitter. I only follow
Yeah,
people
I thought I
genuinely
was,
like.
but I'm clearly not selective enough, Dan.
No, I follow 150 people about that. I don't follow for
That's
friends
weird, 'cause
or
I
anything.
follow loads, but I've not seen any of this.
I've seen it
So-
about 3 or 4 times. So people, if I follow you, watch your backs. So this Kojima thing, right? Sony. This is going to be a little bit presumptuous, but so Kojima's production has put out a thing saying like these are the jobs we're hiring for, right?
Okay.
And it's quite extensive, Dan, isn't it? It's Nails. I should stop just saying Dan because that's not going to
Yeah, it
work,
doesn't
is it?
work on it.
No, Nails. Have you seen
I
it?
haven't
It's quite an
yet, no.
extensive job listing. I mean, I quickly looked and I think I reckon about 20 or 30 jobs, including like lead programming roles and stuff like that, C++ experts. And to me, that means this game has
That's
been
triple
bought
A.
by Sony as kind of there's no game yet.
No,
They've bought him
Yes.
exclusivity,
Yes.
which
Do you reckon they'll make his studio like one of their first party studios?
I don't
No,
think he's going to go for
he
that.
said no to that.
So
the-
just him funding them for their games. It might be like a From Software situation where they just fund them for that, for like Bloodborne.
Yeah,
And then
I think it will be.
he does one game for Sony, and then he might do something else for everyone if you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy
Please
doesn't
continue
exactly turn games around quickly. I mean, From Software have been turning around a Souls game every year now for a few years. Like, I tweet. I'm sorry for the people who follow me and see that basically I'm repeating myself, but I have severe reservations about how much people want to stroke off Kojima. I should preface it by saying I do think he has made some amazing games. I mean, I even think Metal Gear Solid 5 is an amazing game, but I've often wondered, and we'll probably never know, if at some point with Metal Gear Solid 5, Konami just literally turned around and said, that's enough. This game is going out this year, whether you like it or not, finish it. You are an employee, finish your game.
It'd definitely explain why, as I've heard, that the story's so half baked and stuff like that.
But is that bad a thing?
I'm not bothered at all.
No, but I mean, people talk about, oh yeah, he's free now, he's free. But this is the guy
it's not.
who motion captured a pot plant.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree.
know-
You see, but the thing is, from Sony's point of view, they can't lose here, right?
Oh no, I'm
'cause-
talking probably from our point of view as fans of games.
Oh, I know,
feel
but I'm just going through the situation. Sony can't lose because people are going to
No.
buy a Kojima game, no matter what, no matter
Oh,
how long
gotcha.
it takes. In fact, the longer, probably the better. From his point of view, it's a win. He's not got a publisher properly hanging over his head. He's got money to fund and do what he likes.
Well, we don't know the terms of the contract, though. I mean, I'll be honest, I actually hope there is some sort of clause in there that's like, we have paid lots of money for this exclusivity for a game that will ship by X.
Yeah, but it's probably 2-3 years off, and
It must be 2 at least.
yeah, I mean, like you say, it hasn't started yet. He's not going to have taken anything from Konami, so
But that's the thing is, I mean, you're a big Metal Gear fan, aren't you? Massive Metal Gear
yeah,
fan now.
yeah.
Would you agree or disagree from someone who I like the games, but I wouldn't call myself as a super fan? Would you agree or disagree with the statement I'm going to make right now, which is the one thing Kojima has always needed is an editor?
Yes.
Right, now,
because
if he now owns his company, he is the top dog. There is nobody to say no to him right now. I don't know that that's as
Could either
great
be
a
amazing
thing.
or
But-
shit.
It
See,
could be
the thing
incredible, or
is-
it could
thing
be a
is-
movie.
the Metal Gear games have needed an editor. Whether that actually means Kojima does is a different question. Because everyone goes, they're his babies. A hell of a lot of people worked on those games. You see at the start of every chapter in Metal Gear 5 where you got all the credits and written by, and he's
True.
always producer. I'm not saying he's not had a say, but a lot of the stories and things that are in those, the later games especially, aren't necessarily him.
But doesn't it kind of move on to another point, which is No, it's which was probably a great point, but I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. So it's not so much. I've just had a stroke, essentially, lads.
Do you think it'd be funny if he just literally did Silent Hills, but didn't call it Silent Hills?
You've just reminded me, Dan. Thank you very much.
Same wavelength.
Definitely. Like, people talk about, like, oh, it'd be great to see what he does now, right?
He'll
Like
do a horror game. He'll do a horror game.
Probably will,
because he wanted to do Silent Hills. A lot of Metal Gear 5 is quite dark and
there's some scary. Well, not scary, it's tense, but he has said. Again, superfan nailer here. Like, he has said many times, like, this is the last Metal Gear game, right? I mean, at least 2 or 3 times.
Twice, as far as I know.
Twice, and then he's made another one. And it's like, I can't really respect that, because as far as I'm aware, and I may be wrong, and I will happily be corrected, but you can leave a job, right? And so if Konami... Let's hypothetically say, right, Mr. Hideo Kojima, please come into my office. Right, I know you don't want to make another game in the Metal Gear Solid, but you work for Konami and we own it, and if you want to stay working for us, you will make Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, in my world, there's 2 choices there. He does that, or he says, fair enough, I'm going to quit my job. And even then, he would have been snapped up, like as head of a development studio, surely, just for the authorship. So, I've always had a little bit of a problem with, like, he's been forced at gunpoint.
I don't think he's necessarily been forced. I think he's wanted to. I think he wanted to make 4 and he wanted to make 5.
So do I.
And I don't have a problem with that. If he wanted to, that's fine. And plenty of people go back and tinker stuff after they say it's finished, and that's that.
I feel like everyone always presumes the worst of Konami because
yes, this is what I'm getting at.
Everyone, because if anyone's seen fucking Jim Sterling's like one-man crusade,
I agree, but I think
points.
it's easy to.
And he absolutely does.
It's easy to attack Konami at the moment as well because of how they're treating other bits of the gaming.
But the big target, the big bullet that's shooting at them is the one of you won't tell us what's going on, and I get why that's frustrating, because I would love to read a book on this whole thing. However, they are a business, not a person.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not within their best interest to tell anyone.
They've given him a deadline, and he's basically, for Metal Gear Solid 5, he's not really met it. He maybe wanted some more time right at the end or something like that. They've gone no, and they've had a falling out. That's what I reckon's happened.
I agree.
I'd say
he probably asked for more money and time.
Yes.
And then they probably said, no, you've had enough money, and we can't give you any more time.
Yeah,
it's the same way that EA ship games every February and March, because that's the end of the financial year, so they ship their games to make their fiscal year look better. And I would imagine Konami were in the similar thing, was like, we put them at this much money, we've allowed this much time. They're not a games company anymore. Like, people have to get this in their head. Like, Konami are not a video games publisher, really. Not really. Not now. They don't do this anymore. They are a pachinko company. They run gyms in Japan. Like, they are not a video game publisher in the way that Ubisoft are, in the way Activision are. They're all these other things that just happens to put out video games now and again, and happens to own via the legacy of the names, like Castlevania. Pairs, obviously. They're just, it's legacy. They're not. I wouldn't be surprised if now Kojima has gone, if they just stopped. Like I said this last year, I'm real worried that this is the last Pez, because it's finally got that good.
Didn't they say they were continuing Pez, but like stopping everything else? Basically,
but they've just released this free-to-play Pez.
Oh shit!
So what's to say they'll actually put development?
But that could just be a way of getting people into PES, couldn't it? People, I could see that as the resolute FIFA players who go, no, I'm never playing PES. They might go, oh, it's free, I'll see what it's like.
But is that the
plan, like on the team.
But the problem is, as soon as they stick microtransactions in that, it becomes a money maker of its own right. And then if that does better than regular PES does,
they drop PES and they just update it each year. Well, and that's when this announced. Like I wanted to be so wrong about this, but seeing that come out, you could see it as a way to get people in. But the cynic in me thinks that's the way they think. Hang on, we can make money here.
Yeah, the kind of but see, that's the thing. They're going down. It almost makes them seem like King or one of those publishers, and then
but they kind of are. I mean, they release mobile games.
But then that makes it even easier to attack them over something like Kojima when they've got this person who does want to make games.
Does he though, or does he want to make films?
Well, I know. I know. I said
make films.
That. Right, that I said that a couple of months ago when this first kind of broke.
You're right.
Clearly, I was wrong because he's got to sign with Sony, but I think,
but we don't know anything about what that Sony deal means
to be
or
honest,
what that game is. It could be like a David Cage thing.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that moved maybe away from more traditional
Kojima
games.
directed Until Dawn 2.
No, you see, I hope not, because for me, Metal Gear Solid 5 finally had like the best. I've said this before, like it's got some of the best mechanics you'll ever play.
Completely.
So I'd be really, really disappointed if he went back on that and just made a cutscene heavy game. We all know that Metal Gear Solid was missing the story this year, but it got 10s because regardless of that, it was an amazing game to play.
Yeah, no, I've got.
I'll never finish it, but
no, you see, I tried. I went back to it the other day and just like, no, I'm not doing this.
It's too. What's the word I'm looking for? It feels almost arcadey in the kind of I can do a mission, but there's kind of no reward. Is that the right?
It feels like there's no point to any of the stuff because it just feels like, oh, here you are. There's no. It's weird. There's no connection.
It's not an
to
open
everything.
world. It's not the open world.
It's an elaborate menu
world,
system.
See, I said this during my preview of it, and I stand by this, that I don't get the point of the open world.
I don't think it is an open world. That's the trouble. If it was an open world, there would be a more cohesive, connected experience, whereas it does literally feel like you're going, let's play mission 1, and you load into that area, do that mission.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was a GTA-style open world, or do you know, even just a connected... It just feels very disconnected, that world to me.
There's nothing going on outside of the missions.
No,
really.
Well, not enough.
Not enough. And therefore, the large expanses between make it hard to cross and do the next mission, and then that makes, that kind of waste time and you don't want to be there anymore. But the thing I realised when I was playing, I went back to the other day, that my problem with it is the missions. You can never tell how long they're going to be.
No.
So some of them are heavily story-focused and will take you an hour. Others will take you 10 minutes.
And the balls hard as well sometimes.
Yeah, but the way that I played the game, it's like I can't, I either needed to commit an hour and then be disappointed when, I do one and then, okay, it'll take me 20 minutes, but now I've got 40 minutes that I can still play for, but I don't know if I can get another mission done. What do I do kind of thing. So then it ended up dropping out.
I actually, I don't know how or why. Maybe it's another podcast. Maybe I read an article about it, but I actually know how the game ends now. And if nothing else, that's maybe just go like, nah, I won't bother them.
I think I saw something about that the other day as well. Everyone says it needs an Act 3, so that alone is like, well, it's not finished, so there's no point. Because like we said, the gameplay was fun, and while I'm having fun with the gameplay, I'll play it. But if there's no story to drag me along anymore, I've put 20 hours into it, I can probably walk away and not...
I've topped 20 hours and it feels like I should go back and yet I find myself playing other games instead, like Bloodborne or like Battlefront. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. Yeah. I just can't be bothered. I just don't feel like I've got it in me to finish it, because every time I really enjoy Metal Gear, you'll get a mission with those. I've totally forgotten what they're called now. The
fucking skulls.
Yeah, and I don't enjoy them at all.
No,
I really don't enjoy them. They changed the gameplay.
Yeah, I started a mission the other day and the one that I went in, I did one really short, went to do another, and the mist appeared as I was walking, like just been dropped off, and I'm like, and the radio's like, oh, that mist, watch out, boss. I'm like, nope, turning it off, not doing this right now, because changed the game from
it's like
what
me
I
with the Battlefield, that done.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The thing is like with Metal Gear, because those mechanics are so great, you can play that game as a stealth game because you're supposed to be able to play that game as a stealth game. And I feel like when they introduce the skulls, you can't anymore, and I really don't like that.
Yes, I agree. There's not many games that are stealth-oriented games that I actually enjoy. It's kind of weird. Like I love being a stealth character in something like Oblivion or even Fallout, but when like the Splinter Cell games, I hated them. Mainly because I just couldn't do it. When it's kind of enforced stealth, I just never could really do it.
Especially when they have like a fail state of like, you failed, start again. Yeah, no, I don't have time for that, I'm afraid. And I don't want that kind of punishment.
But Metal Gear didn't have that. Well, MGS5 doesn't have that.
And it doesn't punish you like that either.
You can do this perfect stealth, but if you cock up, you can also fight your way out. So it's what I liked about the Dishonored as well, actually. It's like, okay, that was a stealth game, but you could be stealthy, but if it went wrong, you could fight your way out. It wasn't an insta-fail, whereas a lot of stealth games, it's just like, no, here's the cut-off, and you're done. Yeah.
I'm just going to keep playing Bloodborne, mate, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
How's that old Hunters, man? Hard, I hear.
Fucking hell, is it hard. Jesus Christ. Like, the weird thing about it is and this is what I think the very best DLC does, is not only does it make you start playing the game again, it makes you kind of want to play through the game all over again.
Witcher 3 did that with me. Yep. I get it completely.
And you know it's a good bit of DLC, because I found, because of the old Hunters DLC so damn hard, I just carried on playing like the main game again, and New Game Plus, and leveling up, and I realised I just really loved it, so I just kept doing that and like did more bosses than I needed to, and it's just, I think that game's wonderful. But I mean, I think people are probably going to hear enough of that, because I'll obviously be lobbying quite hard
Spoilers.
for that in game. No, I will be lobbying, Dan. Not that I have. I will be. Remember, because time.
Yeah,
it's I love.
You've also been playing.
How did you?
Sorry,
one quick. How did you work yourself around the requirements, or whatever it was, for the DLC and stuff? I can't remember.
They're not as bad as they first appear. Like,
what is it?
You have to get past a certain boss, but that boss is actually only like the third or fourth one that you have to play through.
On New Game Plus, or it's in normal?
Well, it's the same difference. I finished the game and just started that New Game Plus. I never even did a boss in it, because I just felt like I was just pleased I'd finished it. So I just went off and did, I think, 1, 2, maybe 3 bosses. Maybe even actually 2. Now I think about it, it's not many. So I just played a bit of co-op with Greg, and we just smashed some bosses. And then before I knew it, I was playing it again. Then before I knew it, we were going through the main game together. It's just
That sounds pretty cool. I was going to ask you about that fast racing Neo on Wii U, because you've been playing that. Now, as someone who hasn't bought a Wii U game this year, and his console is basically just used for Mario Kart.
Not a single game this year
for Wii U, no. Xenoblade tempted me, but
I'm the same. But that looks monstrous in size,
exactly.
and I'll never get through it.
This might come as a surprise to you. I'm not a fan of the 2D Mario games, so
that's weird. I've never heard anyone say that before.
Yeah.
What was Splatoon?
Good one.
Splatoon's a really good game.
And
I think you'd quite enjoy it, given that you like Battlefront, and I think they're very similar games in a lot of ways.
You see, if that's the case, I've got Battlefront for that.
Yeah, no, that's a fair comment.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need a game that I've got. And the thing with Fast Racing Neo was I quite like the Wipeout games of old. I'd love a new one. And I've never played F-Zero, but the tracks on Mario Kart, if they're anything like that, really kind of make me want to play something like that. Is it worth picking up, do you think?
It's cheap enough that I think you'll probably enjoy it. I don't think it's as good as everyone's raving about it. I think it completely lacks personality.
Oh, really?
It's a very fast. I mean, it's called fast racing. It is a very fast racing game in the vein of Wipeout and F-Zero. I mean, I may be misremembering, but Wipeout always felt like it had a bit of personality to it. Like there was not a story, but there felt like it was a universe.
Yeah, with the different corporations making the different vehicles and all the sponsoring.
This does that. Like the vehicles are basically like I don't know. I mean, Lee called it F-Zero, but then he's more of an F-Zero guy than a Wipeout guy, I think. Whereas I'm more of a Wipeout guy. Like Wipeout Fury and Wipeout HD on PS3 were fantastic. Even the Vita Wipeout was great. I'd love a Wipeout on PS4, actually. Now you've made me think about
how good would that look?
Holy shit!
I mean, Wipeout HD still looks amazing and plays, because that was 60 FPS as well.
Was it?
Wipeout HD was.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it is like that. I don't think it's that good.
Okay.
As those games. I mean, it's good. It's a good game. I mean, I don't think it's quite there.
Still though.
It's just lacking personality. Like, it's very stale. Not stale. Dry. I didn't help that the first time I played multiplayer, like, I hadn't realised that the whole thing had crashed. So I finished lap 3, having been in first place the whole time, and thinking, Christ, I'm good at this.
Oh, no.
And then realised that I started a 4th lap that there wasn't supposed to be one. And I thought, well, maybe I just have to keep going until they finish. And then I started a 5th lap, and then I realised, it's all fucked up.
Oh, dear.
So it didn't leave a great impression. I think... See, the thing is, if you like Wipeout, then you're perhaps going to miss the power-ups, because there's the thing is, in every racing game you've got rubber banding, but the power-ups in Mario Kart change that. They reduce the issue of rubber banding, don't they? Because you can take someone out, and it's the same with the online of this. Like, if you've got no power-ups, it's pure skill, and I get why you'd like that, but I like the fact the playing field can be leveled between skill levels, you know?
I gotta say, I mean, I don't know if I need a racing game on Wii U, because Mario Kart is still fantastic.
It's nowhere near Mario Kart
Me and Sarah have
quality.
been playing that a lot over the past couple of weeks, we kind of got it back out and just started playing it. So good. I forgot how good. Well, not how good, but how mental the 200cc mode was.
Is that the new one? Because they added one, didn't they?
Yeah, the super fast one. I mean, in some ways, it breaks the tracks because the tracks weren't designed to go that quickly. But for the odd one-off race, the superb and the DLC tracks from the second pack, and that's the last time I played it.
They were good.
And I only played them for about a week, and then forgot about them. Going back to them and having them in the rotation, it's so cool because there's some good tracks in that game. Such good tracks.
It's a great game.
It really is.
It's a great game.
Game of the year last year, wasn't it, for us?
Deservedly
it's a great game. That bang still gets me every time.
Yeah, well, apparently it's my most popular one ever. Colum tells me I don't look at those sort of things, those metrics.
Do you not?
Not often.
Do they make you cry
No, I don't care.
when you see how much more popular he is?
He's not. That's what makes it so good.
Oh, awesome!
My best find ever is when I did a Hoover joke. 2 Hoover jokes actually.
Go on.
Practical. Oh, I need to.
I bet they sucked.
Oh.
That'd be correct.
I did thoroughly enjoy the tree puns last week, by the way. Thoroughly enjoyed them.
Good, thank you. They are, Dave.
But you should leave them alone. Fuck it, I messed it up. Leave them alone. Damn it.
You came prepared with that, didn't you?
No, I didn't. That's why I messed it up.
Oh, so nearly.
Oh dear.
So near.
Yeah.
It's just this time of year saps me. I can't.
Oh! I was desperately trying to think of one, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't think of one. I'm a bit of breath of puns recently. All my puns consist of Remigard, which you should understand.
I tell you what, that one was fucking terrific. This is really weird. We're just essentially talking and promoting in different podcasts, but you should listen to the Football Huddle because it's a very entertaining podcast. And it's Dan Murphy. I think the most unguarded. Like, I don't know that I'd promote it if I was him because like there's
okay.
What future employers might see it is that
King Wheelchair.
Yeah,
King
they
Wheelchair.
might. Yeah, I'm a bit. I just don't care really. It's just to be honest with you, I'll say
Clearly.
it if it comes, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm not going to hold back. It's just natural, isn't it? I like to think
clearly.
people prefer a natural, unhinged, unguarded person, and I just like to provide that to
Unguarded.
I see, I even sneak it in unintentionally. Yeah. Did I tell? Was it last week I talked about Did I talk about my unintentional pun on this podcast about the deer?
About how the
deer.
chip shop, the deer. No, the deer burger. Deer burger.
Still makes me laugh. Oh, I'm good, me. I'm good, me.
You are good,
even
mate.
when I don't want
Let's
to be.
just move on. Did you guys see that the Banner Saga is getting released? Well, it's got a release date on consoles now. So that's January 12th.
Can you wait?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Never played that. Always thought it looked like an amazingly beautiful game.
It was the first.
it's amazing.
It was the
Didn't you?
first game I reviewed for God as a Geek.
Jesus.
I think.
I got it on Steam when it was on sale, and I got it for like £6 maybe. But then, after 2 days after I bought it, it was announced that it was coming on PS4. So I was like, right, I'm really enjoying it. I really do like it. It's not, like I said, it's beautiful. I love Vikings, like Norse mythology and all that type of shit. But I want to play it on a controller with on a telly.
Yeah.
This is how
So,
I'm
some of the choices that you make
Oh,
are
man.
just great because you don't know what's gonna happen with them because they twist on you. It's not like obvious that this is the good option and this is the bad option. It's like you've got do you trust this guy or do you not? And
very Game of
then
Thrones,
nothing will
isn't it,
happen
in
with
that
that
regard?
until later on, and then he might murder someone in
Regard.
your thing, or he might become stick up for you in a fight or something like that, and it just changes.
I bought it on Steam. I just never played it, and it's
Oh,
weird because I
get it
always
played,
wanted
man.
to.
You have
I
to
just-
play
I
it.
just never
You
did.
have to play it. And the
Really
best thing
great,
is they've
just-
announced the second one. Well, they didn't really announce. I don't know if the second one had been announced for consoles.
No, it hadn't
But-
been announced. No, the first one hadn't been dated, let alone.
Yeah, but
the
what
second
they've
one
said
being
in this
announced.
announcement is keep hold of your saves on console because the second one's coming to it as well,
There's
which is
like a
really
lot-
cool.
I can't wait for them both, me. I really do enjoy them. But I've just not played much of it. I think I probably played 3 or 4 hours, but I just stopped because I wanted the PlayStation 1. There's like a lot of PC games coming to PS4, and we've had like Divinity, Wastelands 2, Fingers coming next year.
Thingy, yeah, we know what that is, mate.
This War of Mine, Daniel.
That's a really interesting game.
I'm gonna play
but
that on the
it's
PlayStation
one
as well.
that people will see the art style of and go, I must buy that, and then they'll get it and they'll be like, this isn't for me because it's kind of XCOM-y.
It's dark as fuck, isn't it?
I mean, it is dark, but it's just it looks really nice, and it's actually a really good game that I would thoroughly recommend to people. But I don't know, it's just one of those games where the art style sells you, and then you might play it and go, oh, well, actually, this isn't the kind of game I like. You know, if you like XCOM, then you'll really like it. So
see, I'm tempted to get into XCOM because I know I'll probably shit at it.
Dan. No, you'd be surprised.
Looking at, like, I saw something, I can't remember where I saw like a clip of it, but it had some really cool fucking music. As your guy was, because I know the premise is that, you know, you name your soldiers, they get killed, it's heartbreaking and that. And it's like, it's really good music as one of your fellas was getting killed by an alien. I was like, that looks good, and I'm tempted.
XCOM's great.
It is very good.
I need a newer one to come on PS4, because I can't be asked.
They will. XCOM 2 will come to
consoles, so I might give that
but
a
not
go.
right away.
Isn't the point of XCOM 2 is that you have failed and that you're like a rebellion? I'm pretty sure that's
I think so. Aliens are basically taking over the world. And
it's out soon, isn't it? Is it out quite early next year, like February or something? I imagine.
I don't know. I mean,
actually,
is it out, or is it is it like
it is
early access or something?
No, it's not. It's not doing that.
February 5th.
Well,
next
it's coming
year.
out. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Speaking of it, Dan, Murph, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, God.
I never said that you were shit at games and that you would be shit at the swindle.
That's what you heavily implied. And I am shit at games.
I actually remember this. He actually said you won't enjoy it. They were his words.
That's who I said that.
Yeah,
you said
will
that.
enjoy it. It looks like something I would enjoy.
No, I don't enjoy it very much. It's a brutally hard roguelike. And it's one of those that you have to unlock the perks, like being able to cling to walls or double jump, and to get to them it takes hours of grinding just to be able to do that. It's a very well-made game, but it's very hard. Huh? Yeah,
it looks like something I'd really enjoy in Vita, because I like Spelunky, and I like something that's like Spelunky, but I can't remember.
It's not like Spelunky.
Yeah, but I like those types of hard games on Vita.
But again, Spelunky's got really tight mechanics.
As Splendid on that.
It's not that they're not tight, it's that it feels very different. I mean, if you want a game that's hard but like rewarding, get N++ or something.
Yeah, get N++.
Yeah, that's something else that's really tempting. I'm hoping for some mad PSN sale where everything goes like £2, and I'll just like birthday money, I'll just buy everything I want. That's the dream.
Are you 19 or 20 now? You're 20 now, aren't
I am
you?
19. Skype lied. I presume my date of birth on Skype was incorrect, but I am 19 now. Yes. Which is really weird. 19's a weird age. It's like just stuck in the middle of nowhere, really, isn't it?
I can't remember that far back, mate, to be honest with you. And that's not me going, I'm old. I have just shit memory. I can't remember. I think, that was 21. 21, I remember getting so pissed I passed out, but...
Adam, I played something you'll be very interested in today, briefly.
Yeah, I know. I can see it on the agenda, and I'm sort of scared because I don't know how much you've played of it.
I've only played the first couple of hours. I presume I've probably played it longer because, you know me, shit at games. Some puzzles.
Well, so
exactly
Stubbsy, we're talking about King's Quest, right?
Yes,
Rubble Without a Cause,
Chapter
2. Now, Stubbsy, obviously, if you just listen to this podcast, you're missing out. Go to godisgeek.com, look at the preview. In fact, go to youtube.com/godisgeek because you can see like a preview of Zelda Williams, the director of the studio, and I'm sure there's another one I'm forgetting.
I interviewed Richard White, didn't I? And then I think Mike interviewed the game director as well.
Yeah, that's right, he did, yeah. But the thing they mentioned in a couple of the bits of content we put out was that this one's a little bit darker, and I'm fine with that.
Yes, absolutely.
But is it darker and good?
Oh, mate, yes.
Okay.
I'll explain the premise very loosely, shall I say. So, my only problem with it so far is that it feels like things are getting mentioned which I either can't remember or didn't happen at all, and it's leaving me quite confused. That's like my only issue with it at all at the minute, and that might come to fruition later on if you get me.
Right.
But it starts off, you're the king now of Daventry.
Yeah,
basically, you're Graham, you're the king, you get kidnapped by goblins, and you're in this prison, as is all your pals, and you've got to complete puzzles to get them out and escape, but you're against the clock because every character has like a health bar, and and every day their health goes down a little bit more, and you've got to complete puzzles before their health runs out or they're dead, basically. And then you have to decide who lives, who dies, stuff like that. It's very dark indeed. But my worry was that because I don't know if I'm not past it yet, but I don't know if they'll have the conviction to make people stay dead. But I think they will.
Depends on the characters. I mean, I don't know who's down. Oh, I know roughly who's down there because they showed it in like the trailers and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, King's Quest was such a cool, interesting, charming, funny game. I don't know. I kind of can't.
Still
I'm a
funny.
bit behind on episodic stuff because I've got the last episode of Story Mode Minecraft thingy, and the new one. Them's out soon, and this is now available. So I need to download that and a bit of. Yeah, you do some time off over Christmas to be honest with you to catch up with games.
Yeah.
Because I don't get enough of games in the year.
But yeah,
Do you not get
King's
sick of
Quest,
them?
honestly.
Do you guys have a Christmas game, or do you honestly go? I've had enough games this year. Fuck games.
No. I'm next week. I'm planning on diving into a couple of things. I'm saving The Witcher. I'm going to start that again.
Yeah,
You're going to start it again.
Yeah, because I don't remember all the story threads I had. So what I'm doing,
Al can fucking fill you in, mate. I know everything, mate.
but no, I'm just going to put it off a
exaggeration.
bit. I've got a few things I want to try, like Blood Bowl 2. I've not really had a chance.
Yeah.
That's interesting, but again, I don't. It's turn-based, isn't it? And
Turn-based.
That's,
I
turned me
played
off
one
straight away.
match and that was fun. But then it started asking me to do things with teams and things. So I was like, okay, I'll leave it. What the only worry is I can't see if it's got like a
pretty sure I'm getting
offline
Battlefront for Christmas.
skirmishy mode, not skirmish,
So
but you know.
give
what I
that
mean.
a try
has.
for a week or so.
Does
I'm
it?
going to play SteamWorld Heist at some point because that
Give
is
it a-
That
turn-based.
looked good,
and
and I
that-
loved the original SteamWorld.
It's nothing like it apparently.
Oh.
It's just the same universe. I just really like turn-based games, and that seems to be the only one I'm going to get to play anytime soon. It's turn-based because that's dead. Apparently, no one likes turn-based anymore.
There's
So, fuck me,
no,
yeah.
there must be more than that turn-based.
Well, not RPG-wise. There are very few
Yeah.
RPGs do turn. Well, Persona. Oh, fuck me. If Persona 5 was not turn-based, I think I would riot actually. I mean, I can accept Final Fantasy 7 because that's
Have
not.
you played? You've played Persona 4 Golden, haven't you?
Yeah, one of my favourite
One of your
games.
favourite games.
Brilliant game.
I couldn't remember because I've always been tempted to pick it up and just never have.
You should. If you like turn-based RPGs, and if you
I
can.
do, but is it massively Japanesey?
Depends what you mean by Japanesey.
Is it like an old school Final Fantasy?
Old school as in PlayStation era?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mechanically, in that, it's turn-based and you can use magic and attack and summon, yes. Story... It sounds very strange to say this, but it's more Japanesey than a Final Fantasy game. It's
okay.
because it's about I don't know. I suppose like Final Fantasy VIII's about school kids, and you should play it. Like it's probably a tenner, and it's a game to play on your Vita, which you probably haven't got many of. Like
It's not.
only
a
worry
tenner,
is
though.
it
It's
will
like
consume
20
you.
quid, and the problem is I've got so many other things to play that I'm not entirely sure if it's worth me going back into it.
I tell you what, it is a fantastic Christmas game. Like I remember that Persona 4 Golden coming out, or no, I think we got an early review copy, and there was a couple of them. So I snagged one of them, and I started playing it when I was off sick when I had my heart attack, and I think I put about 40 hours into it, like over the Christmas period, and it was just.
You see,
I was considering getting back into Persona over Christmas, but I've actually left it at uni because Danganronpa Despair Girls is in my Vita, and then Persona 4's in the box of that.
But you don't like turn-based.
I don't mind it in that type of style, like that Pokemon type style. It's when it's like how would it? I don't know. It just puts me off.
XCOM's
I prefer it
turn-based.
handheld. Yeah, I do know that, and
Okay.
that's like a rare exception of where I do like the look of that. So's Banner Saga. That's turn-based. It
Is
just
it?
depends on game to game. I think where it's like, this is going to sound weird because fighting's an action thing, but with Blood Bowl, because it's like American football basically, but with fucking whatever the kingdom it's set in. I feel like, because I think in my head that would be so cool if it was just all live action. With it being turn-based, it's just a bit disappointing to me, and that's what put me off.
speaking of Christmas games, I just remembered I've got not a weird Christmas tradition, but Christmas Eve, what I normally do is I get out my original PS1, hook it up to the telly, and play through one of my old games on that, just in the day.
Fair enough.
It's just.
I don't own any old consoles anymore, sadly. I've always
Tell you what, I'm really hoping goes on sale on PSN to play it at Christmas. Jackbox. If that goes on sale for about a tenner, I'll pick that up and hopefully get my parents to play it, and hopefully it'll be a.
That's a great game to play with your parents.
I don't think that will go on sale because I don't think that
It's been on sale before.
Well,
One of them's been on sale before for a tenner.
Was it really? It's
Actually,
just
it's got-
Europe, PlayStation in Europe don't seem to acknowledge that those games exist at all.
Yeah, they've not bought with it
True.
all, but it has been on sale once. One of them definitely has. I nearly picked it up then, but it's just out of my price range at that moment in time.
I honestly don't know what. I started playing Persona 4 Dancing, and
Yeah.
for a rhythm game, that's got too much story. So I sort of stopped playing. It's a good rhythm game as well, but it's just got way too much Persona story, and that sounds a weird thing to say. Because Persona 4 Ultimax, like the fighting game, had that too, but not to this degree. This is like an hour of clicking through text, which is fine if you're playing an RPG, not so fine if you're playing a rhythm game. I want to play a bit more Star Wars, because I finally had a bit of downtime. Well, the thing is for us,
we'll
like,
play together when I get it.
Are you going to get it? Okay.
Christmas Day.
I probably won't be able to play Christmas Day because I won't be at home.
That's
so
fair
don't
enough.
burgle me. No, I will be at home. Actually, someone will burgle me now. There's a lot of burglaries in our area.
I don't know if they'll
good.
listen to the podcast, the burglars.
Yeah, your area
Hope
in
not.
Norwich, right?
Plus, our listeners don't
Yeah.
know your address, so...
So,
He lives
yeah.
in Norwich, don't he, Dan? So
Norwich. I would not. Yeah, okay.
They're all
No,
fucking
I've been playing
open
Star Wars though,
caves there,
and I
anyway.
really like it. And I don't care what anyone else thinks because I think it's fun. I think there are some shit modes in it, like shit. What's the one where you have one person playing as a hero? And
Oh,
you
Hero
have
Hunt.
Fuck, I
It's
fucking hate
alright. You can get good games with it. The problem is when you're not the hero for an
that.
entire
Yep, which
round.
I never
You
was.
see,
I never got to
yeah,
be a hero,
that
and it's
is
like
a bit of a pain because it's the last person to get the person to get the kill of the hero becomes
yeah,
hero
and
next
that's
time.
the thing. It's the kill. Nothing else matters. So I got someone down to. I could see there, like, because when they killed me, you get the kill cam, and I could see that I got them down to like near enough no health, and I died, and someone else just basically just killed
So
them.
it should be
And I
whoever
was like,
takes the
this is
most
shit.
health away from it.
Yeah.
That'd be more fair.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been.
But
it has-
Drop Zone's amazing. I love Drop Zone. That's such a great mode. No one seems to be saying this, right?
This
But-
drops on the beta one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. I didn't like the map that much though that it was on.
I don't have any. As in, all the maps have been good for me. But the thing I find no one's talking about Battlefront, and maybe I'm just not seeing it, but no one seems to have mentioned this, right? Star Wars Battlefront is DICE doing Call of Duty. It's absolutely this
Like
is
early
DICE's Call of Duty. Like the speed of the movement, the gameplay, like
That's
the
exactly. You know, when I was playing the beta actually in Drop Zone before I knew,
Yeah.
I've said this before I knew you could get jetpacks or whatever, I thought this feels a lot like early Call of Duty when there was no other shite involved. It was just
Well, it's kind
shooting
of Call of
people.
Duty for
and I loved
casuals.
that.
It's Call of Duty for casuals, and that
just wish
sounds
there
like I'm
were
being
jetpacks
negative,
still
but I'm
in.
not. Oh, I just kicked the mic there, lads. Sorry
How
about that.
did you kick? Where's your foot?
That's a good point.
My mic's on a mic stand,
Ah.
and I just kicked it because.
Right.
Fair enough.
But no, it is kind of Call of Duty for casuals, and I am absolutely fine with that. That's not a negative to me because I am a casual when it comes to first-person shooters. Because I can't dedicate all that time to one game.
I guess I could see that it is very point and twitchy and stuff, but I feel it's a bit more arcadey than COD. I guess that's part of where the casuals come in, isn't it?
I think COD's quite arcadey though, isn't it?
It is, but it's twitchy as well. And it's like
Yeah.
you can
Well,
go
with
in
your
any
fucking
level.
no scopes and all that shit. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
360
What's your
no
favourite
scope.
map? Like country,
Oh.
planet on Star
I thought
Wars.
you were saying something else then.
No.
I quite like
Did
Endor.
you think I was going to say favourite?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Cunt.
What's your favourite map? I like Endor because that's like nothing I've played in a
See,
first-person
Endor
shooter. in
I
ages.
like
I
that.
like the look of.
Problem is, my favourite mode's Walker Assault,
Right, which you're not going to get in Endor.
which we could do it on Endor, but
Can you?
yeah.
Sure, it's
I
hard to
haven't
get.
played enough of this. I really
each
haven't.
map has so it's basically
course
each
it
zone
does,
has
yeah.
got a different version of each map. So
Oh,
you
does
can
it
do
really?
it.
So you can play every mode on every map.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I
no,
didn't know that. I
the
thought
variations
it's just-
of the
oh,
map. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's,
sorry.
it's
They're like
every
different
map
scales of no, but
Oh,
they're
that's
Has, yeah,
really good. I
every
didn't know
setting
that.
has 4 maps.
yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, and they're for different levels of players in the various modes. But Walker Assault is on
that's a
Endor.
lot better.
The problem is that it's only one Walker. It's very narrow. There's no air vehicles.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
And the rebels basically always win.
Have you,
I thought they fixed that from the beta. That's not good.
No, because what happens is when there's only one Walker,
Right,
they
you
can
can
still
just
get the
take it down.
10 bomber strikes.
Right,
So all the
yeah.
fire is just on one Walker. So you have it, and it wasn't too bad at the start, but playing it now, the rebels can take it down before it, on the first wave of bombers.
Right,
But
that's not good.
no,
Have either of you played much of the wave mode, like
I've
the
played a little
fucking
bit.
alternative to
Little
single
bit.
player?
yeah, it's okay.
It worth-
It's not. It's a minor distraction. It's good if you've got a friend to play it with.
Do you know,
that's what I
another
imagine.
thing people aren't talking about with Battlefront, and it's something that I perhaps it's because of my circumstances, but I can't tell you seriously how excited and happy my kids are that they can play a first-person shooter.
Really?
Because I don't let them play Call of Duty, and I won't, because I'd be a hypocrite after writing an article for
Yeah.
Kotaku, literally castigating people for doing so. But they can play Battlefront because it's gruesome in the minimal. Like, there's not
Yeah.
really any.
And anyone
You know.
can pick up and play. It's
Yep.
family friendly in the same way the original Star
Absolutely.
Wars films were.
Yep.
You know, and I said that in
can't
my
tell you
review
how
that
good that
they
is
did
for
a
them.
really good job of capturing that accessibility of Star Wars that makes it such a
They
big
nailed
thing.
Star Wars full stop, like, and I don't know why people take that away from it. Like, they nailed
It's
Star
the
Wars.
fucking
but
Batman
apart from
argument,
that-
isn't it? It's like,
Well, it
Batman
is,
would
but,
be
like-
shit if Batman weren't in it, but it doesn't matter because he is in it.
Because he is in it, and this is a Star Wars game, and it's really important that they nail those factors, because otherwise it is a lesser game. It's the fact they got it so right. I don't know. I just think it's a really good game. Like, right, there's some modes that I probably won't play, but I really like Drop Zone mode. I
That's the
really
thing,
like it.
There's loads of different modes that tailor to different things.
There is.
So, Walker Assault is big and brash, but it can get repetitive. And if you're losing from the start, as like the Imperials, you're probably going to lose the match. Whereas Supremacy's on the same map, same scale, without the Walkers, so it's a bit more balanced. And then you've got bit of heroes versus villains mode. That's quite cool because it rotates who plays the heroes and stuff.
Do you know what as well, Dan? Like, a game where I can come top of the leaderboards is always going to make me happy, because I don't get that in shooters. Like, I'm never coming top of the leaderboards in COD. But in Star Wars, I feel like I'm actually better than a lot of the players because of my experience in the other games. And it's empowering to actually feel good. This is the thing I was saying about Splatoon earlier. It's empowering to actually feel like I'm good at a game that's a first-person or third-person shooter, because normally you just get your ass handed to you, and it's very empowering to feel that way, and I really like that. And that shouldn't be understated how important it is that the player feels like a badass.
Yeah,
fucking Star Wars is out tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's out tomorrow.
It's out tonight.
It's out tomorrow. Well, it's still tomorrow, isn't it? 10 past 10, I'm going to watch it tomorrow, Adam.
In the morning.
10 past 10. Yes, I cannot wait. I've booked it. I looked on the cinema website to make sure there was seats, and there was still lots of seats, but I booked them front and centre. Well, not the front, middle centre. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
I won't see it until probably, next year's not long, but until the Blu-ray comes out now.
Are you
really?
So you're gonna? Oh, I hope it doesn't get spoiled for you like that.
I don't care. Like, I'm not that one. I'm not someone who's that big. I don't get that upset by spoilers. I would never spoil for anyone else. But I watched the Phantom Menace. Well, no, I tried to watch it. Fucking hell! Like, rose-tinted spectacles or what? Like, I don't remember it being that bad. But I got 38 minutes. Had to pause it because we went for dinner. And I came back as just stopped.
Weirdly, I feel that the Phantom Menace, I don't like it, but it is the best of the prequels.
Yeah, I was thinking this as
because
well. I think
the darkness of the third film saves that film. If that film wasn't as dark as it was, it wouldn't be anywhere near as decent.
It's so bad. Like, the fan service is done badly. Like, it's like, look, that droid just happens to be. Oh, that little droid saved us. Like, oh, what's his name again? Oh, R2D2.
Well, have you heard
well done, mate.
Have you heard of the machete order of watching the films?
I saw this and I didn't understand it.
Right.
Is it machete as in the films?
No, it's a guy who came up with the idea. It's the name of his blog or something.
I thought it was some sort of thing to do
but
with the
it
machete films.
basically cuts out Phantom Menace. So you watch them in the order of. So there's two ways traditionally of watching them: in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or original trilogy, then prequels. What this one does is it goes watch New Hope, then you watch Empire Strikes Back, so you get the twist of Vader being Anakin
Spoilers.
Skywalker.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
Yeah, sorry. You get the twist at the end of Empire, and then go and watch Episode 2 and Episode 3, which explain how he became evil, and then watch Return of the Jedi, which kind of ties things up. You drop Episode 1 because it has absolutely no relevance to any other part of the story.
It's all about trade agreements and some. It's just the opening of that film feels like you walked into the cinema half an hour late.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something, lads. I'm going to say something here, and I'm not saying this for effect, and I'm probably going to get some serious hate now. Do you think Star Wars in general, just talking about the films, are slightly overrated?
No.
I think, considering when you look at the ratio of 3 shite to 3 pretty good, I think, yeah. But, and like I was explaining this, like, I'm like bewildered by how fucking loved Boba Fett is when he literally does fuck all in the film.
Yeah, you were saying
when he does fuck all, says fuck all, and dies in the most humiliating way possible. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Shite. Absolute shite, but he's loved. And like, I think that's just, there's so much like lore and all shite that's just built up around Star Wars.
That do you think they're just a product of their time? Like, they're definitely a product of the time, but they're also a product of the fact that they were so culturally significant that people think they're this amazing film. They're good films.
I think I said this the other week. They're good classic films.
Yeah,
That's the
it.
thing.
I think with this new one, I reckon if there's complaints, I reckon everyone will say it's like a very good, an amazing action film. I've not read any reviews, by the way, because I'm fucking steering clear. I'm media blackout till I've watched it, honestly. I just, no. This and Game of Thrones,
People
it's
have made
not
like
fucking
Twitter
this.
filters that special. There's a Chrome
which is fair play.
plugin that you can
Yeah,
install that stops. I don't. Fuck's sake! Just don't use it. Just don't log on.
But I think people will say it's like an amazing action film, but it doesn't feel like a Star Wars film because it won't have any of that schlockiness that budget
No,
put
you
together,
see,
which like the first one was.
I think it will.
I think it will. I think Agents has been very clever.
Yeah.
They've used a lot of props and a lot of actual.
No,
things
it'll definitely
that
be
make
good.
it
It'll definitely feel genuine. I just don't think it'll be that right.
Yeah.
I think it's what feels.
Do you know the
that
poster?
right.
Do you know the poster? Like the one thing that I did keep seeing now and again over the last month that has genuinely made me smile every time is someone zooms in and you can see the Phillips screwdriver heads on the the crosshead screwdriver heads on the tools, and for some reason that really makes me laugh.
On what tools?
Oh, sorry, not in the tools, on the lightsaber. Someone's holding a lightsaber in the poster, aren't they? And if you zoom right in, you can see the crosshead screws on
Can
it.
you actually?
Yeah, and I thought that was quite amusing.
It's
It-
stuff
anyone
like
would-
that. The thing Star Wars did well is it's a lived-in universe. It felt like a real place, and this was a story going on in that universe.
Yeah,
But
it
there
didn't
was the
start
hint
and
that
end
other
with
shit was
Star
happening.
Wars.
But it's the way they talk about, like, it's almost like they're trying to say, "Oh, for God's sake, they can't even get this post right." Which, like, anyone would think it was just a load of made-up old bollocks, wouldn't they? It's like it's just it's Star Wars. Like, it's not real. It's okay that it's not real. It's okay that it's just schlocky
Do we
space
have
sci-fi
any
stuff.
predictions / wants for the film at all?
I want it to be half decent. If it's better than the prequels, I'll be happy.
Oh, it will be better than
asking
them,
for a
Dan.
lot.
That's all I need. I need it better than the prequels.
It will
That's
be.
fine.
Any death predictions?
Let's. I don't know. No, I don't think
care
so
enough
in the
about
first one.
I don't care enough about it to. I just want it to be a good film.
Yeah. Let's wrap up that
Fairs.
segment of the podcast for our regular listeners.
Let's do it.
So thank you all for listening. Obviously, check out godasageek.com, youtube.com/godasageek, and follow us all on Twitter. Obviously at godasageek, as well as at McShanks for myself, at JebusF for Adam, and at Mabroski for Dan. And obviously, if you want access to the exclusive 30-minute exclusive backer portion of the podcast,
In which Adam's going to reveal his nickname that he couldn't tell us at the beginning of the show.
Oh no, I could have.
Is that
you're going to do it in
revenge
this-
for the Hannah comments last week?
Yes.
And we were,
Less
in
sadistic.
the next half an hour, we'll be probably, I'm hoping, making some predictions for 2016, what we want to see and stuff. So if you found that interesting, go to patreon.com/godasageek, and all you need to do is give us £3.30 a month, and each week you'll get access to, a bumper hour and a half edition of the podcast. I mean, who doesn't want that?
You're shite £3.30 in a day, so just come on, don't be a. I nearly
It's
said
fucking
bad word then.
disgusting that more people don't. To be completely honest.
Yeah, just go on, be a bear, and just scooch on over and give
what?
us a wee bit of money.
And on that
Bear.
note, we'll
Bear.
say goodbye. And Patreon listeners, just there'll be a short musical sting, and then is that not funny, Adam? Is that not?
I'm still confused.
Why?
Bay, do you know what bay
For God's
is?
sake.
I've seen
Right,
it
we'll
used.
explain this next as
And
well.
we'll explain what bait means next as well. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.